Welcome back, and thank you for coming over to dinner today. Today, I will be doing one of my favorite dishes that my grandma used to make. We're doing some okras and tomatoes today. Very simple, not a lot of ingredients, but it's going to go a long way. Fun fact about this dish is I usually ask my cousin to make me a pot of okras and tomatoes the day after Thanksgiving because that's when we usually have our fish fry. So if you're looking for something to pair it with, I always recommend fried fish. I'm just not frying any fish today. So with this dish, we have a smoked turkey leg. You can also use smoked pork if you want to use that as well, a piece of pork meat. And then if you don't do pork or turkey, you can always use chicken if you want to use a piece of andouille chicken sausage as well. Just give it a little flavor. Also have a sweet onion, some garlic. Of course, we have the okras. And then for tomato part, I'm using some fire roasted diced tomatoes. I've used it before. Comes out really well, adds a little flavor to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one today. But if you want to use like a different tomato, you can as well. So first we're gonna go ahead and start with cutting up our onion. This dish should go pretty fast. There's not a lot to it, but it goes a long way. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, first I'm gonna start with chopping up my onions, give it a nice fine chop, and then we're also gonna chop up the garlic. I like to mince it up really small, but not too small. So we're gonna go ahead and chop that up finely too. I'll wait in the end to cut up the okras since we're gonna add that in the end as well. And then go ahead and add some olive oil to our pot using my Dutch oven pot again. And then we're going to go ahead and drop in the diced onions that we had chopped up. And now we're going to go ahead and start with the seasoning process. I'm going to start with some garlic powder. Also, I added some smoked paprika, onion powder as well, and then also some salt and pepper. And then we're going to mix it up and start it cooking from there. Once that cooked, we're going to go ahead and add in chicken broth to it. A little chicken broth to it. And I'm going to go ahead and add in my fire roasted tomatoes. I'm doing 2 cans. These are 14.5 ounces. Add that in there. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and drop in our meat. Got our meat dropped in. I'm going to add in the garlic. And then the garlic. Smells so good already. Oh, Jesus. And I'm gonna go ahead and let that cook. So the flavor from the smoked turkey meat is gonna get all that because you're gonna bring it pretty much all together. So I'm gonna add some of this Italian herb seasoning. But if you have like the other dry herbs, you want to use like oregano or some rosemary or thyme, you can. I have this one that has pretty much like a mixture. So I'm gonna add that in, and then I'm gonna let it go ahead and cook on down. Let that cook on through. Add just a little bit more. I let it cook on low for about 45 minutes just to give it time for all the flavors to come together. And then I always love to chop off the meat, or break off the meat from the turkey leg into the actual stew itself. Just so you can kind of taste it throughout the bite and everything as well. So I love to chop up the meat too. You can add, if you want to put 2 turkey legs in there too. You can, if this is just gonna be like a one pot that you're eating by itself, you know, just add the second turkey leg, be enough to just eat it by itself. Now, as you can see, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my okras. I like to add it on in the end, and then I'm gonna let it cook on low for about 15-20 minutes. I like to add like an actual, I like to leave it to the point where it has an actual crunch to it. I don't like it when it's real soggy, but you can kind of cook it to your own preference as well. But I usually leave it on low on the pot, let it stew for about 15-20 minutes, and it should be good to go. And as you can see, this is our final product from it being on the stove. Everything is together. It smells so good, from the seasoning to the fire roasted tomatoes. And then you have the garlic as well. Just a bowl of goodness, a bowl of comfort. Um, like I said, just put over some rice if you want to eat it with like some grilled fish, grilled chicken. Definitely check it out. Very hold on to your tight plate. You could definitely taste the love in the food as well. I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite. You know, I gotta get some of this smoked turkey meat in it with the tomatoes and the okras too. So my grandma would definitely my grandma would definitely be proud. Definitely add it with some white rice, brown rice, and don't forget the fried fish. I also love that the okra has a little crunch to it. It's not too soggy as well. As I wait till the end to add it. So I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this bowl. So if they ask where you been,
where you been?
You've been with Southern Charms, serving Southern hospitality, one sizzling recipe at a time. I will see you next time.